Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're looking at patch notes 1.73, and there are a ton of notes in here, guys. So stick with me through the video because there are a lot. Added the new non-dimensional addition, dimensional hero, Leonardo da Vinci. So we know there was a lot of speculation on Discord and Reddit, so it is going to be Leonardo da Vinci. Don't really know what is going to come, what the skills and abilities are going to look like. We're going to have to check that out tomorrow, but we have a brand new dimensional. With that, added a new event that allows the players to exchange. So we are going to have the 60-day exchange just like we've seen with heroes in the past. So you're going to be able to use the hero if you buy him. Of course, we are going to pick him up on the accounts. That way we can use him. If you are free to play, you can go ahead and save your resources. It is going to be 60 days, guys, just like it normally is before we see this hero. In addition, with the heroes that we've seen in the past, including the Prince of Persia, 60 days after the redemption period ends is when you can get the hero in the garrison. So the Prince of Persia is going to be available in the garrison pretty quick, which the notes does not say, but that is the time frame to get the hero out of the garrison if you did not pick him up. Added the Bountiful Trials event for Leonardo da Vinci as well. Added the new Voyage of Wonder, the Demonic Incursion, so very cool to the Voyage of Wonder. Added the Dusty Barons to the Wandering Balloon, which I absolutely love. These are starting to get more towards the end game, starting at stage 28-50 of the campaign. So you do have to be in chapter 29 to go ahead and finish this, as well as completing the previous ones. 60% or better. New Misty Valley is coming around, which I love. Guys, the loot you get in the Misty Valley is just phenomenal. Make sure that you're completing the Misty Valley every single time that it's up and getting all of those chests out of there. Between all three of them, guys, the Poe coins, the amount of stones you get, and then of course the end rewards are absolutely amazing. So optimized the dimensional trial hero rules. If a player purchases or exchanges a dimensional hero during the trial period will not be recalled, meaning it will still be out there. Now, the big thing with this is when you do get the dimensional hero, when you get the 3-day trial version, sometimes it's higher than the hero you have built. For instance, if I go ahead and I use the trial version, it's going to be maxed out plus 30 or plus 40 signature item. It's going to have furniture. If I buy the dimensional hero and I don't have the resources to build it, I'm not going to have any of it, so I'm not going to be able to use it. So very cool change there with the dimensional heroes, making sure that you can utilize them for those couple days when you borrow them or when you get them out of the kind of the test phase of it, so you'll be able to see exactly what they do when you buy the hero. That way you can test them out and you can get the actual version of them. New Heroes of Esperia season will commence. So this is heavy PvP, guys. Remember, this does use the martial ratings, similar to what we've seen at the Abyssal Expedition. But this is another event that does give a considerable amount of loot, and I like the trial heroes are not permitted, so you cannot use Leonardo da Vinci within the Heroes of Esperia event that is coming. Duration of the season's limited medals has been extended as well. The new Isle of Gold, so super stoked, guys. A lot of players with the Isle of Gold. The event came out, nobody liked it, nobody wanted to play it. Once the event started progressing and you started building up your resources, everybody loved it. By the end of the Isle of Gold event, I don't know anyone that did not absolutely love this event. It gives an insane amount of resources. And as we know on the pay to win account, I am stockpiling levels. We are really focused on leveling up, using diamonds, using resources, using everything that we have to build up the Isle of Gold. And they did make a lot of adjustments in here, which is going to be cool. Made adjustments to the resources, defensive, and the special buildings. So ultimately, when it came to the Isle of Gold, you couldn't defend your resources. I never failed when I went ahead and attacked other players. I didn't fail on any of my attacks. If you did, you could just reset it, which is kind of a cheese method because you didn't have the opportunity to fight ideal teams, but you could win. Added a new edit mode. So if you want to change out the Isle or change around the Isle of Gold, there is an edit, which is very cool. So you can actually just change to where you want to go ahead and change those two. Added a replay feature when you pillage. Added defensive building rewards. So after a successful defense, the resource building will produce additional resources as well as metals. Not sure exactly what the metals are going to be for as of right now, but you might be able to take the metals, you might be able to redeem them for other resources within there, which I think would be really cool to see. Again, we're going to have to see exactly what it looks like. But if you can accumulate medals for defense, it would be very cool. Adjusted pillaging quantity and rules. There's no longer a pillaging quantity limit imposed on the player when they step upon the shipyard. When pillaging another player's island, the pillager must begin from the other player's own shipyard. So we know with the pillaging the first time, it was kind of RNG where they dropped you in. Now you're always going to start from the shipyard, which is very cool. Dice refreshes have been changed from 1 roll every 2 hours to 6 rolls every 12 hours. Not really a big difference there, except you're not going to have to consistently log in there, which that I actually like a lot. So every 12 hours, you'll get 6 more rolls. It's not every 2 hours for an AFK game that I have to keep logging in to use my dice roll, which I think is a really good change because it goes back to the nature of the game itself. Resource buildings can now be converted into other type of resource buildings, so you can change them as well. You can move them. A lot of things coming on with the Isle of Gold, which I absolutely love. The Eternal Engraving feature will become available to Maulers after they've reached Ascended 1 star. I want to see exactly what it's going to do. We kind of went through our last video. We looked at the Maulers, looked at the heroes that I think is really going to benefit from this engraving system, and I'm hoping that some of the other ones like K-Sauce has an impact. I'm interested to see how Granite looks, how Screg looks. Ultimately, we're going to see very soon exactly how effective the Maulers are going to be. So added an exhaustion mechanic to the Arena of Heroes. So we've talked about the Arena of Heroes a couple times. We know Lilith did have quite a few things that they were going to adjust with it. This is one of them. The Arena of Heroes Last Man Standing competition. Winning teams are negatively affected by exhaustion. The number of times the exhaustion effect is stacked is based upon the number of rounds the team wins. So if you have a first team and they win every single round, the exhaustion effect is going to take in account, which again, this might be absolutely game-changing for PvP. We're going to have to see how this works when it comes up on the test server and when we get it on the global server. So optimize the Legends Championship sparring mode by removing the manual ability casting mechanic so it's more suitable to the Legends Championship game mode. Then, of course, the Champions of Esperia. The refresh timer of the Champions of Esperia has been changed from 44 to 36. Number of points needed for each tier has been decreased from 480 to 400. So it's going to be a little bit easier to progress in there with less battles. When conditions are met after the update has gone live, players will be able to unlock the corresponding Champions of Esperia rewards. The original Champions of Esperia feature will be denoted as old label and may be used concurrently with the new version. So this one, I believe this is looking at, it's going to be interesting. So going to 36 days, as of we know it right now, within the Noble Society, it does have a 45-day cooldown. So if it is going to 36 days, you're going to be able to change this a lot faster. You're going to be able to change a resource a lot faster, 36 days instead of 45, which is going to be very cool to see. It's going to be interesting to see if they keep the resources the same. I'm sure they will, just a shorter duration to get all the resources. And this is also going to affect everything else in the Noble Society. So made adjustments to the Voyager set. Players that have already triggered the Voyager set will be able to purchase the Voyager set again. The original Voyager set will be denoted with the old tag. For players that have a Voyager set which has not expired, the Voyager set old and the new Voyager set will be available. Not 100% sure what the Voyager set is. I believe it was an original purchase when you first started AFK Arena. So since they're changing it, they do bring it back for a limited time. So very cool to see exactly what that's going to be. Then we have a hero adjustment with Lucretia. Fixed an issue that prevented the effects of the ability Blazing Fury from correctly inhibiting enemies from using their ultimate abilities in some situations. So little fix there. Surprised to see they haven't done any updates to heroes. So we really haven't seen many updates or any updates lately for heroes. So it's been interesting to see that I guess they're done with them. When you look at Almas, when you look at Kaz, when you look at a bunch of other heroes, Lilith might just be leaving them as is. There might be an update that is coming for them. So it just might be what it is now. So again, guys, that is patch notes 1.73. I believe there is nothing else. Just the Lucretia update. That is it. Like I said, there's a lot of notes in there, guys. So we have the Lucretia, a little change there. Have some to the Noble Society. We also do have the Champions of Esperia, which is the Noble Society. Changes to PvP, and of course the engraving for the Maulers. Big thing is Isle of Gold, Revamp, and Heroes of Esperia is coming as well. So again, they're doing double events in here, which is going to be very interesting to see. We also do have the new hero, guys, Leonardo da Vinci, as well as a new Peaks of Time and a new Voyage of Wonder. So very cool to see everything that they're adding, including the new hero. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, guys. That is patch notes 1.73. And as always, thank you guys for watching.